What's it?
What?
Oh, what?
Arcadia stepped down an hour ago. It's your time.
I don't think that was the obstruction to me.
Greyson? I will burn down the entire city to make sure you're justice.
I mean, I appreciate that, but I still think they'll pick anybody else ahead of me, even
Who
if it
else
makes
is
no
left?
sense. What should be any random person other than me? The same way it was last time when they picked Falconer after he'd been hired for 3 months.
I don't think it's Gates because she used her brain yesterday.
I mean,
They didn't
I
like
knew Gates would use her brain. I trained her.
I know.
Yeah, I think the people who are obstructing me are still obstructing me, and I don't see a way forward until like multiple.
Wait, who else would be obstructing you if it wasn't Arcadia? What, Hart?
Oh, Hart is still around. That's the thing. Can we just use the same excuse to just ACR, just like they would use against Larry Hollow?
I mean, yes, but like again, the ACRs against justices are inherently flawed because they oversee themselves, right?
Close the state.
Yeah, I mean, says it should be the state, but the state haven't picked up anything.
True.
Yeah, I wish I could be optimistic about my chances, but I am not. The unanimous vote thing is always going to be an issue.
I agree.
It's a broken system, right? It's the same with appointment of a warden. It's the same with the appointment of a director of the marshals. It becomes so obstructionist. Like, here's the thing: you should never get a unanimous vote of all the justices anyway. If they all sat in on one case, you'd want a dissenting opinion.
You're not wrong.
I think if they like if there was meant to be 5 justices, one step down, so you've only got 4, right? Requiring a 3 out of 4 vote, I think, should be enough. You can have one dissenting opinion, but like
majority inherently makes no sense because it creates a system in which those in power that need forward progress are gonna naturally bring people in that are of the same mindset, knowing full well that the only way that they work is unanimity or whatever. I don't know. It's fucking dumb. Yeah. But what do you expect? You know what I mean?
I mean, I wouldn't mind them having a say. Like, they could put forward a list of 3 candidates and have the public vote on it. That'd work. I still think they'd find a way to leave my name off that ballot.
Do me a favor. We need to write out a piece of legislation that underlines that there is a cap on justices. I'm just waiting for him to walk away.
Yeah.
They rotate. They every 3 months they must get reelected in. But in order to be elected in as a justice, it requires one mayor to like suggest them, right? So they have to like get nominated by one of the mayors, and then it becomes like a referendum or like a vote, not a referendum, a vote. So in other words,
straight to the public.
Yeah, exactly. And the criterion should be that you need to at least have been a magistrate for X amount of time. In fact, I'm going to say another thing is that I think in the same document, when someone becomes a magistrate, they need a legislated means by which they become a judge, if I'm going to be real. Oh, you see what I'm saying with this? Like kind of where the direction I'm laying out?
Yeah. No, I do. I think that the issue is with like issuing county-wide legislation, or there is already statewide legislation that deals with all of this.
It doesn't matter. We can still change it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like better off to write new legislation or to audit current legislation, not audit, yeah, edit, you know.
You don't need to audit. We filed for an amendment.
Yeah, amend the legislation.
Yep.
Because it's not constitutional. It is a constitutional problem, but they're never going to see it, right? That's the issue.
Yep. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
And if there's pushback, we push it to citywide vote.
Yeah, I mean, Nino, you see the issue with the current mayor election, right?
It's illegal.
Oh, unconstitutionally illegal, right?
Yep.
Because once this person gets elected, with a month left to this term, and they then call for a new election after that first month, constitutionally they're entitled to 3 months in office. At that point, they should be able to deny that secondary election, thus separating out both elections. So you'd have one election, a 2-month term, and then the second election. They've separated out the jurisdictions by calling for an emergency thing. This is why when I was talking to you previously about like needing legislation to decide what happens, so the DOJ just doesn't decide ad hoc as and when it occurs. Because they've just broken the electoral system that they designed themselves, right? If you put it this way, if Tony had run for the North this time, right, and he got elected, in a month's time when the full election's meant to happen, if he just denied that election and fought it in court, he'd probably win because of the Constitution saying that each mayor gets a 3-month term. And
well, that's why they're saying interim. So,
but there's no provision for an interim. If you are elected and then sworn in as the mayor of Blaine County, you are the mayor of Blaine County, and the Constitution itself says you must serve a 3-month term.
Yeah, it's
broken.
It is the issue is overall. Hold on one second. What does this say? The problem with the problem is that it's been nearly 9 months, and the institution that should have been helping to advance our legislation forward to have things comprehensive never really
developed.
Yeah. And instead, that institution we're just like the fucking pushing like my right to property to the state. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, how complicated is it to be like you? Oh my god.
Did you ever get proof of receipt from the state for that? Did it actually get pushed to the state?
I have no proof of receipt. No.
Like, this is what I'm talking about, right? You don't know whether or not that got pushed to the state. You don't know which member of the state got told about that.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's actually being dealt with. So you're just sat here like, thumb up your ass waiting.
Yeah, it's not even me. And that's the thing that is annoying. Yeah. It's like, I get to continue to live my life no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guess who doesn't? Everyone else. You know what I mean? And that's the frustrating thing. Because it gets turned into me versus them instead of them versus the entire city, which is the thing, right? It's like as if I'm fighting this because I want my jump boots, or I'm fighting this just in case I get charges, which I'm a civilian. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Like, none of this shit benefits me.
They did a mass sweeping change to the entire fucking penal code, and they made things illegal without any legal justification for them being illegal. Like, I get it. I totally understand the kickback, right? I understand the fight back. I understand the, hey, fucking justify your bullshit. Hey, give the people some choice in that. Like, it is a valid means of redress. You use the powers available to make them answerable for their shit. And, you know, now we're just waiting.
Yeah.
Endlessly.
It's what it's always been. You know, it's ugh. Yeah. Well, I think what happened is they well. How's court case yesterday, Tony?
We beat the marshals too.
What was this court case about?
Illegal detainment and illegal search. Basically, Barrett pulled up to Reggie, and then basically ordered him out of the vehicle. Never identified who he was clearly, and then started frisking him for weapon, and then found the excuse to search his vehicle.
Which led to what?
Which led to his vehicle being searched.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They wrote a warrant that basically had no probable cause. All I had was a witness statement that they sealed and never released.
Oh,
And
this one. Yeah. How did the judge not unseal it? Did they unseal it?
they did not. They just made no references to it, which ended up being kind of dangerous because they did invalidate the search warrant altogether. But he's still saying that because the warrant exists, he had probable cause, or he had.
The judges invalidated the search warrant in the court case.
I made it as a pretrial motion.
Last night, that's what occurred?
Yeah.
You know it just signed that one, right?
Yeah. The three of them found it. There was no probable cause because they sealed the witness statement. So they can't use that. That was on their own
She's
doing.
got balls the size of mountains.
And then what was it? They got all they had was twatter beef, and that was it.
I mean, that was
Nothing
basically
substantiated.
the articulation in that social one, right? Yeah, I'm sure you read that at this point. Oh God! I'm sure our newest justice will be real happy with that.
Yeah, you will. I'm manifesting it, Greyson.
All right.
Not me. I mean, we're going to be pissed if they overruled his warrant. Like,
Yeah. Oh, but the funny thing is what Barrett considers a traffic stop. He considers the fact that he can pull up to a stopped vehicle that's still on, pulls up to behind him with the lights on, orders him to turn off his engine and put his window down, and he says that's not a traffic stop, even though he's giving false pretenses of a traffic stop. And then walks up to somebody's.
What was it then? What was the reason for detainment?
He said, he said on the stand, he was free to go before I walked up to his vehicle.
With his lights on?
Yeah. And after being ordered.
I'll see you guys.